to see how far I can go away with my microphone here. Check, 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 check. Check, check. Keenan, can you still hear me? How about now? How about now? How about now? Check, check. Check, 1, 2. Keenan Brown, downtown. How about over here? Still good? Keenan, am I still good? How about now? Check 1. How about now? Good? All right. Very. Oh, I dropped my paper.
He dropped the paper. He didn't go get the paper. He dropped the paper.
All right. We got some great food trucks over here offering free beer and false advertising. Huh? I can't hear what you're saying all the way over here. Yep, whatever he said. Forgot about, oh yeah. If you got some free time, these nice young gentlemen down here at the end of the hot chute are making these cross necklaces. Lots of cool different color options. They're free, but aren't going to turn away a tip. And the tips are to help resupply their stuff. All right, here we go. The first B main Dixie Shootout. Round 3, Space Coast. Starting on the pole is Reagan, England. Outside pole is Evan Phillips. Inside row number 2 is Roman Arnott. Outside row 2 is Nash Greenfield. Inside row number 3 is Maris Kennedy. And outside row 3 is Axel House. Inside row number 4 is Braden Eichler. Outside row 4 is Dominic Martucci. Inside row 5, Lily Lamp. And outside row 5 is Blake Crooms. This is your junior Honda B main top 4. Transfer to the A. A lot of cool looking machines out there today. Get them all lined up here. Right, almost lined up here, getting the last spool tucked in. And the slowest wreck in quarter midgets witnessed right here. Get these straightened back out, get them back in line. So for those of you who don't know, getting the cars lined up is the actual sport of quarter midget racing. The rest of them driving around the track is just an auxiliary part. Should be a good show here. Got lots of familiar names all doing battle. I have not seen the trophies yet for today, but I hear they're pretty cool. Alright, just got to get Blake Crooms up in there. In that 0 car, tucked in behind the 8 of Martucci. Blackman gives the 1 to go. We're going to give it a shot here. Cars are tucked in nice and tight. Double file, looking good. And not going to happen. We almost had it. Remember, handlers, if you've got a 1, 2, 3, or 4 on your car, please work the corners. And there's no rule that says you can't help work a corner if you're not 1, 2, 3, or 4. It just helps. This is one of the larger tracks in quarter midget racing. Syracuse is another large one. All right, gonna try it again here. track them double file since we didn't get a lap even started. We're going to try this again. Drivers get 3 chances to try to get a double file start, so that was chance number 1. If they can't get it in 3 chances, then we're going to go single file for a start. All right, working our way up there. Got to get the 3 car and the 2 car. Get some room in between them so the 2 can get on the outside there. It's Evan Phillips trying to make his way up to the front run. There he goes. All right. All right, top 6 are in line here. Got to get Martucci up there and Crooms. Flagman's giving them the 1 to go. Crooms catches up to the field, looking nice and tight here. Reagan England, Evan Phillips gonna try to take this to the green flag. Start looks good, little bumping and banging there, but we got the green flag waving. Reagan England out front. Roman Yarnot sitting there in second. And Maris Kennedy in third. The 2 car of Evan Phillips sitting in your 4th and final transfer spot. Here comes Braden Eichler knocking on the door, trying to make his way into the A-main. He's going to the inside. He's going to get by. Here comes Nash Greenfield looking. And Phillips is going to cross up Eichler. However, we got the 8 car of Martucci backed into the wall over there. Get him turned around the right way on the racetrack. So we have 1 or 2 laps there. Don't know how many laps the B-mains are going to be. Reagan England, Roman Yarnot, and Maris Kennedy, top 3. Phillips in that 2 car, 4th and final transfer spot. Braden Eichler looking to move his way up through there. Everyone's getting lined back up. They got to stay above the white line at the start-finish line to get the green flag all the way through. They get the green flag, but the 0 car Blake Crooms is going to have a lane violation, and the yellow flag is going to come back out for Crooms on the 0. Lucky break for Nash Greenfield in the 4 car. He was getting a little banged up there on the start of the He was going to lose several positions. Getting them tucked in close here. That 0 car, of course, is going to have to move a couple positions. Race director talking to him on the radio. He's sliding back. He's going to have to move back 2 spots for a lane violation. If there aren't 2 spots to move back to, they're going to get a strike. No strike for a lane violation, just move back 2 spots. Tower working hard to get everybody back in line. Race director talking to the drivers. Looks like we got the thumbs up from our flagger. And here comes Ben on the track, probably give some directions. The 8 car of Martucci is going to have to go in front of the 0 there of Crooms. And that should be your lineup for your restart here. Got a couple tow truck cars going on here. Phillips and Eichler stuck together. It's hard to keep them in line sometimes. Cars just want to go fast. All right. Get those 2 cars rolling again. Get them tucked back in line. We'll get this thing fired back off. There we go. And I think the 4 car, there we go. The 2 and the 7 are swapped. All right, looks like we're back where we need to be here. Yeah, I think the 4 car of Greenfield needs to be right behind the 7 car of Eichler. These drivers, all less than 9 years old. So it looks like they're having trouble. These are just youngsters in the first competitive class outside a rookie. All right, we got Greenfield back behind Eichler here. Now we got to get the 9 car of Lily Lamp back in her position right behind Nash Greenfield. She's going to have to work her way up through a couple spots to get up right behind the red car of Greenfield. She's picking off 1 and 2. All right, looking good. All right, so for the lowers, it's going to be 20 laps. I think we've completed 1 or 2. A lot of racing left in this one. Field gets 1 to go. Green flag flies. Reagan England, Walker Yarnot, or I'm sorry, Roman Yarnot, and Kennedy are top 3. There goes Braden Eichler moving into the 4th spot. Last and final transfer spot right in front of Evan Phillips. With the 9 car Lily Lamp all over the back of the 4 car of Greenfield, looking to get by, trying to pick off some spots. Greenfield looking on the inside of Phillips. He almost had him there. As your top 4 starts to stretch him out, Reagan England, world leader here. Greenfield looks on the inside of Phillips. He's looking for that 5th X-car spot. Not quite there. Phillips lost a little bit coming out of turn 4 there. Greenfield almost had a chance to squeak by. Meanwhile, your top 4 are starting to stretch it out. Your back 6. Oh, there goes Greenfield. Oh, and we got a car just barely clipped. So Greenfield just barely clipped the 2 car. 2 car got around. Give it up for Lily Lamp, avoiding that, not hitting the wall. She had very little room to squeeze through there, and she just made it. Greenfield's got a pretty quick car, just has to work his way through some traffic. That's open wheel racing. When these wheels touch, someone's going a different direction than they were. Your top 4, Reagan England, Roman Yarnot, Maris Kennedy, Braden Eichler. Those will transfer to the A main if they hold it here. We'll see how the lineup shakes out between the 4 and the 2 car. There was a little bit of contact between the 2. We'll see what they call it. Looks like the 4 car is waving folks by. I think he knows he's going to have to move to the back a little bit here. Since the 2 car was stopped on the track, he's probably going to have to go to the back as well. More than likely, Evan Phillips in that really cool number 2 car. Probably going to have to slide just in front of the 4 car of Greenfield in the back. Yeah, that looks like that's what's going to happen. Martucci and Cruz are going to need to come and tag the back of the field here while the 2 car slides back to get right in front of the 4 car of Greenfield. Starting to work our way there to the right lineup. All right. Now we just need to get the 0 car in front of the 2 and the 4, and we'll be all set to go back to green flag racing. Sometimes the drivers are just a little timid to get up there. All right. Let's see if Crooms can get past the 4 and the 2 car. Remember, if you got a 1, 2, 3, or 4 on your car, please work your perspective corner. Even if you don't have a 1, 2, 3, or 4, it's nice to help the folks that are working the corner, especially these larger tracks. All right, let's see if we can get Blake Crooms up there behind the 8 car of Martucci, and we'll get this thing back on their green flag racing. Thought about it? Maybe. All right. We gave the 0 car enough chances. We're going to get the 1 to go. He's not willing to go up there. So he's going to tag the back of the field so we can get this thing underway. In a junior class, they kind of have the wherewithal about them. All right, the green flag flies for Reagan, England. Roman Yarnop, Eris Kennedy, and Braden Eichler. That 9 machine of Lily Lamb works her way up in their 5th position. Looking for the X car in the junior Honda A main if she can maintain that. Eris Kennedy all over the back of Yarnop. Catching up to Reagan, England. Kennedy goes way on the inside, makes the pass on Yarnop. And that's going to stick. No room for a crossover there. Here comes Eichler on the inside of Yarnop. Looking for a better starting position in the A main. Eichler all over the back bumper of Yarnop. He's going to the inside. He's looking to make a pass going into the 3rd position. He's going to make it stick. And Yarnop's going to settle in the 4th here. A little later, Reagan, England, stretching it out over Kennedy about 5 car lengths. Oh, hard contact between the 4 of Greenfield and the 2 of Phillips. Greenfield keeps rolling. The 2 is still rolling. And I don't think it's going to keep enough to go. The yellow flag comes out. Battling for positions here. That is not what Reagan, England was looking for. They had a big lead there. Now they're all bunched back up again.
Hey, how are you?
All right. I've got Keenan Brown up here with me. Keenan, how you like the track?
Pretty good, but it's really, really long.
Yeah? You fall asleep out there going in such straight lines? Yeah. Is there any adjustments the driver to drive this track well?
I don't really know, to be honest.
You don't really know? You just get out there and will it, right? So you know what? I'm a driver. I just drove. Is your car set up pretty good for today?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah? Yeah, that's what we're here for. Continue the thing. I have a face for radio. That's why they gave me a microphone. Yeah, here you go. Here's an important announcement from a sponsor.
Billy Bob.
That's right, Billy Bob. There's limited supply of the necklaces over here on the end of the hot shoot area. Limited supply, so if you still want one, make your way up here, and these boys will make them for free. Although tips are appreciated, so they can restock their supply and continue to do that. All right. Reagan England, still your leader. Kennedy, Eichler, and Yarnot, your top four. Those will transfer to the A. I don't know how many laps are left. I'm thinking somewhere around 14 or so laps to go, maybe a little less. Yeah, what do you want to say, man? You want to talk about the race? All right, we're going to give you some real live practice here. All right. Yeah? Tough break for the 9 car of Lily Lamp here, getting a dolly stuck under there. She was in 5th. 1 spot out of the transfer. Let's see if I can see what's going on. Chain is on. I don't see what is going on. Looks like they might be making an adjustment. They got the hood off. Alright. Looks like they're making an adjustment to the front of the 9 car Lily Lamp. It's going to have 5 laps in the pits, I think. Can't see. It's either 3 or 5. Don't listen to me. Alright, I heard a 2. There's 2 laps left in the pits for the 9 car Lily Lamp to get back out on the track. If they throw the green, and if they don't complete a lap, then they can continue working and get her back out there. But the hood's going on. Coming to 1 lap. The nice thing is, the laps here take a little bit longer. Alright, but they've got her hood back on. And the 9 car Lily Lamp back out on the track. Good work for her team there. There we go, and get the switch back on. Maybe she can work her way back up through the field here. She was sitting in 5th. That was going to be the X car position for the A. Well, there's no X car in the B, but there's an X car that's going to be in the A. So whoever finishes in 5th, all right, good to go. And the green flag flies for Reagan England. It's Reagan England, Maris Kennedy, Braden Eichler. Eichler looks to the inside of Kennedy, looking for that number 2 spot, picking him off as he goes, and he's going to get it. And a little bit of contact in the back there with the 2 car of Greenfield and Phillips again. And Kennedy looking like she's catching up to the back of Eichler. Looking to get her spot back, but the 6 car of Axel House, currently in 5th. That's going to be your X car for the A. England stretching it out over Eichler and Kennedy and Yarnot here. Eichler, Kennedy, and Yarnot, no strangers to each other. They see each other a lot. Local, Dixies, and national races. All right. photo, stretching it out over the rest of the field. Starting to look at the back of lap traffic, but the white flag is out for Reagan England. Reagan England's going to take this one handedly. And it's Eichler, Kennedy, Yarnott, and House, your top five. So Reagan Kennedy is going to need a 7. Eichler's going to need an 8. I've lost my count. So many people were talking to me. England's going to need a 7. Eichler's going to need an 8. Kennedy's going to need a 9. Yarnott's going to need a 0. And the 6 car of Axel House is going to need an X for the A main. All right. Action-packed junior Honda B main there. Hold on to your hats. Got an 11 car senior Honda B main. 10 car. If I knew how to count, that would help tremendously. All right, how many cars do we have here? I thought it was 11. So, but one did not show, so it's going to be 10. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have our fellow drivers introduce the drivers for the main, the senior Honda. We're just going to go this way. All right. All right. Hold on. I got to remember your names. Hold on. You're Chase, right? All right. So Chase Carter is going to do our top 2. Hold on. We'll go in line. Don't worry. All right. Let's go. Starting in the pole.
Corbin Mural. Isaac Brown. Inside row 2, Walker Yarnott. Outside row 2, Grayson Penley. Starting 5th, Paul Mezet. Starting 6th, Brandon Eckert. Number 7, Ryder Winston. Number 8, Liam Reel. Alright, where's he at? Jonathan.
It's Matthew Eckler. And starting with Pip on his car. Fifth one to go. And Corbin Merrill takes the green, yellow flag. And we got scattered. All right. I need my list, bros. Oh, that's the next race.
It looks like Eckert has something wrong with his car.
All right, Eckert up on his nose here. Is it Eckert or Eckler? No, because Eckert is there. That is, I can't tell. There's people standing.
Eckert! It's Eckert! Eckert! Eckert!
Oh, it's another Eckert. There's 2 Eckerts in this race. All right, so that's Brandon Eckert. Hold on. Let's look together here. Oh, there's a misspelling on my list here. So Matthew Eckert and Brandon Eckert. Oh, okay. All right, I got you now. Took me a minute. Oh, I see. Okay, the 0 car and the 6 car are twin brothers. So that's cool. That's going to be a long run. All right. Right, let's get them all lined back up here. We got to get Brandon. So Brandon, since he went in, he's going to have to tag the back of the field. All right. Landon Cox is taking my paper. He went to go ask Cap a question. But he's got my paper and I'm lost without it. All right, Phil gets the one to go. Tobin Merrill. And the 2 car, I can't see who that is. All right, thanks, bro. Okay, oh, that's Isaac Brown. I should know that. It's a different looking car. Anyway, it's the green. Top 4. Oh, Brown in the wall. Tough run on the wall for Brown. They were looking good too. Merrill, Brown, the 3 car of Yarna, Grayson Penley was starting to take a nice little gap there. Brown looks okay. Just some dirt on his tires. We need some handlers to help with the wall, please. Handlers to help with the wall. Even if the guy's got an awesome hat, he can't do it by himself. Since we did not complete a lap, we're going to pre-rack them here. That would be try number 2. So if we can't get it going on this next one, we're going to go single file. All right. Looks like we got to get just a couple more swaps here. We'll be ready to rock and roll. I think the 8 car of Liam Bill needs to hop on the outside there and switch with the 7. Nope, maybe not. Field's getting the 1 to go. Maybe there was a little, oh yeah, with the 6 car going in, we'll inverted the rest of them. All right. So it's Merrill, Brown, Yarnott, and Penley, the top 4 here. Run on the inside of Brown. Brown fighting back. He's not going to give it up that easily. They're going to go double file all the way around the track here. Penley's looking on the inside. Oh, and the 5 car of Paul Messick. Oh, hard hit in the back there. Buzzy in the X car. The 8 car of Liam Briel were stuck together. The 6 car of Braden Eckert had nowhere to go. Tried to drive on the outside, but as they worked themselves up the track, stuck together, he hit a hard knock into the wall there. We'll see. It looks like the 6 car of Eckert has some front end damage. They're calling for a dolly. And we got some wall maintenance over here. So Grayson Penley might have been a benefactor of that. The 5 car of Paul Messick had just made the pass on Penley in the 4, but the lap wasn't completed, so Penley may get to keep his 4 spot. We'll see how they shake out the lineup here. So how the scoring works is the whole field has to cross the start-finish line for the lap to count. So if there was a wreck like that last one before all cars cross the start-finish line, then they go back to the last previously completed lap, which will put the 4 car Penley back in the 4th spot. So Paul Messick's going to have a little more work to do if he wants to get into this senior Honda A main. All right. And unfortunately, it looks like the 6 car of Eckert is going to be retired from the B main here. So the field's going to get to 1 to go. A single file restart. They all have to stay above that little white line right there at the start-finish line. Nobody can get out of line in advance. And Corbin Merrill takes the green flag. And we're going to have a line violation. The 0 car of Eckert just didn't seem to go. The 8 car Brio and the X car of Buzzy both tucked to the inside and drove around him. Those are going to be, I don't know if they'll call that a line violation. They may call that a strike on Matthew Eckert there in the 0 car because he didn't go. So we'll see how they shake this one out. Nope, that's not the 5. I see something. Oh, that's the X car. Okay. Someone looks like a 5, but but that's the X car. Ben Buzzy up on the nose. Who's back down on all 4s? Oh, I see. He's got the 5 on his car. That's what I saw. Okay. So the X car Buzzy back out. He's going to tag the back of the field now. It's Corbin Merrill, Isaac Brown, Walker Yarnott, Grayson Penley, your top 4. Car Paul Messick, your X-Car Senior Honda A main if everything stays the way it is. Lots of racing left though. If you fall, your dad's going to be really mad at me. You better not fall. All right, field gets the 1 to go. Corbin Merrill leading the senior Honda B main here. Round 3 of the Dixie Shootout. Green flag flies. Merrill gets a great start. Brown's right there with him. Yarnott's looking to the inside as Brown gets loose coming out of the corner. Brown and Yarnott battling for second place. Penley sitting right there on the inside of Brown. Brown's going to be hung out to dry if he can't get down in. And he does. He tucks to the inside of Penley looking for 3rd back. Penley and Brown going at it for 4th or for 3rd here. Looks like Penley's got it for now. Brown back to the inside. They've got to get it tucked in line because here comes Messick, the 5 car, pushing Penley out of the top 4. Oh, a little bit of contact between the 4 car and the 5 of Messick as Penley tries to make his turn in. Messick was still there. Tire touched, the ones on the back stretch looking the wrong way. one shakes out. Looks like the call is going to be on the 5 of Paul Messick there. Field gets the one to go. It's still Merrill, Yarnott, Penley, and Brown in the top 4. And we got a caution. And the 0 of Eckert goes around. And they scatter up at the front there. The drivers from all over the Southeast, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Florida. If anybody came from further, come up and tell me. Those are the ones that I know. There's a Midwest Thunder race going on this weekend as well up in Michigan. So some of the folks that come down from the Midwest are going to be up there in Michigan racing their own region race this weekend. All right, Phil gets the one to go. It's still Corbin Merrill leading the pack here. It's Merrill, Yarnott, Penley, and Brown. And green flag flies for Corbin Merrill. Merrill and Yarnott get a great start. Here comes Brown on the inside of Penley. Who's taking a look? Penley's going to go wide, but he's going to make the crossover on it back to the inside. Eckert and the Zero car having just a little bit of trouble getting around the track here. Meanwhile, Brown and Penley still going at it for third. At this point, settle in and drive away from the field. The more that they battle, the more the top 2 are going to pull away from them and the rest of the field is going to catch up. But it looks like they're settled in now. Starting to work their way around the Zero car of Eckert. Eckert's having a little bit of trouble with his car. Here comes Buzzy of the inside of the 8 car. A little bit of contact there with Liam Briel. Ryder Weston and the 5 of Paul Messick battling out right on the tail. Eckert ends up going around. He's been struggling with his car getting through the corners. So Corbin Merrill putting on a dominating performance here. Walker Yarnott, little brother Roman, in the race before with his junior Honda. Looks like good chance both of those Yarnott brothers will make the A-mains in their Hondas. It's Merrill, Yarnott, Brown, and Penley. Ben Buzzy is up there right now, where he shakes out on the startup here. Looks like the 0 car of Eckert is coming into the pits. We'll see what he's going to do. Dad planning to come in, but the car stayed straight. No work being done on the 0 car of Eckert. And it looks like he's going to be pushed off the track. Tough day for Eckert. Both Eckerts in their senior Honda. All right, Corbin Merrill takes the green once more. It's Merrill, Yarnott, Brown, and Penley. Here comes Ben Buzzy on the inside of Penley. And the 8 car of Liam Briel's right there with him. Penley's getting trained on the outside, but he goes back to the inside trying to pick up that 5th spot for the X position. He's doing everything he can. Brown takes a look on the inside of Yarnot. He's got a fast machine there. He goes way high. Yarnot tucks back on the inside. Here comes Buzzy and Brio. Now Brown's on the outside. Penley's looking for the inside too. He's going to make it 3 wide. He takes a look and he thinks better of it. All kinds of action in the back here. Trying to make some spots back up. Meanwhile, Corbin Merrill stretches it out over the rest of the field. He's looking great. I think this is his home away from home. Home track being New Smyrna. Brown looks on the inside of Buzzy after a little bit of contact. He takes over third. Buzzy slides back to fourth. Here comes Liam Brio and Grayson Penley right on the bumper of the A car of Brio. Penley looks to the inside, looking for that 5 spot, which is going to be the X car in the A main. And the 5 of Paul Messick slides on the inside of Liam Brio. Brio takes a look back on the inside of Messick, and he's going to get the 6th spot back. Wow, they're going 3 wide coming out of turn 2 here, going down the backstretch. It's Buzzy, Yarnot, and Brown, your top 4, or your 2, 3, and 4. Penley's right on the back of Brown again. He goes to the inside looking for 4th. It's now Penley in the final transfer spot with, I think, 2 laps to go. It's Merrill, Buzzy, Yarnot, and Penley. White flag flies. We'll see if Brown can make a move on Penley to get his transfer spot. He goes to the inside. And 2 car, I think it's Grayson Penley getting the 4th spot there, making the last transfer spot. Brown's next car is, of course, unofficial. That was Corbin Merrill putting on a show, leading just about, I think, every lap of that. And I believe that was going to be Corbin Merrill, Buzzy, Yarnot, and Penley, your top 4. Isaac Brown, doing battle out there, getting the X spot for the A main. So that's going to be Corbin Merrill. You're going to need a 7. Ben Book's going to need an 8. Walker Yarnot, you're going to need a 9. Grayson Penley's going to need a 0. And Isaac Brown, you're going to need an X on your car for the A main. Yeah. All right. I think we have some driver transfers from the senior B to the light 160B. So we're going to have a few minutes here to get some of these drivers out of their senior car that just came off the track right into their 160 car. I'm looking over and I see at least 1, 2, 3 cars empty right now with drivers. Yeah, let's see here. That's a good call. I guess I could read my list here. So Messick is going to transfer over to his 160 car. Ryder Weston, Liam Brio, Grayson Penley, Walker Yarnot. So we're going to have at least 4. Oh, and Isaac Brown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I count 6 drivers from that last race. That's gonna come over and get right into another race car and go out there and do battle again. So it's here. Is it 5? 1, 2. So Yarnot, Brown. No, so Walker Yarnot, Isaac Brown, Paul Messick, Grayson Penley, Ryder Weston, Liam Briel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm counting 6. Okay, there's going to be no break except for driver transfers between the lowers and the A's. So right after this light 160, hey, what's the first race? All right, red rookies, start making your way up. We've got a few minutes before the light 160 comes out. Got a few minutes. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to do driver intros here in just a few minutes. You can do that.
Starting first, Walker Yarnart. Starting second, a USAC national champion, Cap Curry.
Starting third, Isaac Brown. Starting fourth, Paul Messick.
Starting fifth, Marisanne Kennedy. Starting sixth, Axel House.
Starting seventh, Ryder Winston. Starting eighth, Liam Brielle.
Kid Row!
This is great. You guys can save on this all day. While we're waiting here, you boys got any more necklace materials down there to make? Is it?
We got pink, I think, brown. Just go to Mr. Rue, and he will show you all of it. Thank you everyone that has gave us tips so that we can keep doing this, because we love God, and so thank you.
That's a really cool thing that you guys are doing. And we got our food trucks over here. Unfortunately, the Kona Ice truck has left. I was really looking forward to some Kona Ice, and I missed it. I did have a cheeseburger from Mouthful of South. I think that's their name, Mouthful of South. Pretty good cheeseburger. Excellent fries, by the way, if you're a carbivore like I am. They had great French fries. I'm going to wait till a little bit later in the afternoon to get some pizza. But one of the most unique food trucks I've seen, it's like a trolley bus over here for this Tarpon Bay red pie pizza. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Yep, I'm going to try some of that in a little bit. Well, we're just throwing words out for our food vendors that took the time to come out here and support us today. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you all for supporting the food trucks. That's right. Then they can't pay free food and false advertising. Did you get my joke earlier? We're gonna wait. All right, so I got Chase Carter up here. Where are you from, Chase?
Here.
Here. Where exactly is here?
Florida.
It was a big place. I drove a long time in Florida yesterday to get here. Nice. So the boys giving away free necklaces. You guys have tipped them $73 today. And that's going to get them a bunch of money to get more supplies, continue doing what they're doing. just got one of the most critical food critics on the planet up here and told me that the pizza is really good. And if my son Theron says something is good, it means it's really good, because he is the pickiest eater on the planet. Right? Hey, what's your name? Henry Albright, right? I like your shirt, bro. Where'd you get that shirt from? That's from North Georgia? That's the best shirt ever made, right? That's the coolest shirt. I'm a little partial, but it's okay. The boys selling the necklaces. Big thank you for everybody that's donated to the cause. All right, what's your name, buddy?
Grayson.
Where are you from?
Florida.
So, I'll say it again. Florida's a big place. What part of Florida?
Fort Pierce.
Pierce. Sounds exotic. Are there palm trees there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the tips we got from the necklaces.
All right. So the boys, thank you. All right, here we go. Light 160B main top 4 transfer to you. Red Rookie, you should be getting your cars up here soon. You're going to be coming out right after this is over. All right. So we got a bunch of these drivers that came over from the Senior Honda B main. Right back in a car, back out on the track for another B main. Doing absolute battle here at Space Coast Quarter Midget Racing Association. Alright, a recap of your drivers. Starting in first is Walker Yarnott, second is Cap Curry, inside row 2 Isaac Brown, outside row 2 Paul Messick, inside row 3 Jonathan Manega, outside row 3 Grayson Penley, inside row 4 Ryder Weston, outside row 4 is Liam Briel, and then on the tail there, the 9 is Keenan Brown. What's that? Oh, Menenga's not here. No. The 5 car of Menenga is not on the track. Hopefully everything's okay with Mr. Jonathan Menenga. Alright, so that's going to shuffle the outside and inside row past the 5. So, all right, Goward, the Menenga family is good. They'll have another engagement to do this afternoon, so no worries there. All right, so that is going to be a big benefit for Grayson Penley and the 8 car of Liam Briel. They were going to be on the outside in some of the worst starting positions of the race you can be in. Now they're on the inside, looking pretty good. All right, Field gets the 1 to go. That's Walker Yarnott, Cap Curry, leading this pack of 160s. And green flag's gonna fly. Everything's looking good. Great start for the light 160B main. All right, wow, they're going 3 wide into turn 3 here. Something's gonna give. They're going 2 wide, 2 lows on the back 4. All right, the top 4 is shaking out. There's a 4 car of Paul Messick getting sideways coming out of turn 2. Walker Yarnott hurting on the rest of the field here. The 2 car of Cap Curry goes on the inside of Penley. Penley looking right back on the inside. All right, we've got a car turned around on backways.
Ryder Weston spun out.
All right, you gotta say it loud. You gotta yell into the microphone.
Ryder Weston spun.
Geez, not that loud, bro. All right, Ryder Weston turned the wrong way on the back side of the track over there. Oh, is it the front side? I guess it's all about perspective. Oh, is Corbin Merrill up here? Where's Corbin Merrill? Corbin Merrill, he is so cool. He drinks out of the bottom of the water bottle. Corbin, awesome job in your senior Honda. How'd that make you feel?
Good.
Yeah? Man, you put a beat down on the rest of that senior Honda field. You going to do the same thing in the A? You going to do the same thing in the A, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah? You got a little bit of work to do starting in 7th place, but that's not too bad. You're on the inside. So at least you're on the inside for the start. That should put you like 4th if you if everything shakes out right, yeah? So maybe first you're gonna do a move? Alright, field gets the green flag, Yarnot. The 3 car of Isaac Brown, Cap Curry, and Grayson Penny to the top 4. Keenan Brown from 9th to 5th. He is looking to get into this A main. He's all over the backside of Curry, looking for 3rd. Couldn't quite get the momentum through. Isaac Brown slams the turtle in turn 2. Looking on the inside of the 1 car of Yarnot. The top 4 is stretching it out over the back 4 here. That's Brown and Yarnot going at it for 1st. Cap Curry, Grayson Penley make the top 4. Penley looks on the inside of Curry. And let's see if he can make that one stick. Looks like he was able to. Curry looks back to the inside, but nothing there. We've got 2 groups of 2 here from the top 4. Brown looks on the inside with Yarnot. He's going to get first here. Brown takes first, and Yarnot looks back to the inside. Brown sets up for the so let's see if he's got it. Took a little bit of speed. Penley capitalizes. Meantime, we've got Isaac Brown and Ryder Weston riding the wall on the backstretch here. Going on for the top. That was Isaac Brown. Walker Yarnot, Grayson Penley going at it, trying to get the best positions they can. Looks like Ryder Weston's okay. He was kind of riding the backside of Isaac Brown. Or not Isaac Brown, I'm sorry, Keenan Brown. And we need a couple handles to help fix the wall. Brown looks okay as he rolls off. And he's making some motions with his hands, telling that something might be wrong. We'll see if the 9 car of Brown comes in to get some work done. It looks like the 7 and the 9 car are going to tuck into the pits. The 7 car rolls like he's rolling off the track. We'll see what's going on with the 7's Ryder Weston. See if it comes back out. Thank you guys for fixing the wall in there. Appreciate that. And Keenan Brown in the pits. They're looking at the front. Got the hood popped up here. See if we can do something. Looks like the 7 car of Ryder Weston is going to be pushed off the scale. He's going to be done for this B-main. Tough break for Ryder Weston. Not sure exactly what happened there. Maybe he had something bent in the front.
Ryder Weston sadly did not make it to the A-main.
Yep, he did not make it. Sorry, Ryder. This is definitely a tough track. I think he's got some other cars he's going to be racing in, try to get some redemption here later. Brown still getting some work done over there in his 9 machine. Looks like they're going to be checking the front toe. They've got a big toe bar looking for the front, make sure he's square. Everything looks like it's buttoned up. He's got a couple more, I can't really tell, 1 more lap maybe. He's rolling. So the 9 car of Keenan Brown's rolling back out on the track. Minimal damage on the front, might be out of tow just a little bit, but if you've been around quarter midgets for a while, you've seen Keenan Brown do some really cool things in race trucks. I know I have. We'll see what he can do with his 9 machine. Field gets the one to go. It's Yarnot, Isaac Brown, Grayson Penley, and Cap Curry, your top 4. Williams Willow sitting there in the 5 spot, looking to get in the top 4 for this light 162 main. Willow makes the move on Cap Curry, sliding up in the 4th. Curry looks back to the inside, thinks better of it. Your top 3, Yarnot coming out of turn 2, almost sideways. Here comes Brown and Penley. Penley looks to the inside of Isaac Brown, nothing there. Grayson Penley's got a bumper full of Isaac Brown right in front of him. Looking for anything he can do to get by. He's inching ever closer. Oh, and the 2 car of Cap Curry goes around right when Penley decides to make the move. Not going to work. He's going to have to stick behind Isaac Brown for that. Lucky break for Isaac Brown. Penley was coming after him. He's going to get another shot to hold him off there. Your top three, Yarnot, Brown, Penley, and Liam Briel. And the 2-car Cap Curry goes around. He's going to have some work to do to catch back up, to make that back up. That was a tough break for Cap Curry. But if you've also been around quarter midget racing for a while, you've seen Cap Curry do some pretty amazing things. At our region race at Cumming, he end over end in the infield. One of the weirdest wrecks I've seen. It still won the race. All right, Dude gets the one to go. They're going to take the green flag here. Yarnot gets a great start, stretches out at least a car length over Isaac Brown. Brown comes out sideways with Penley all over the bumper. Wow, they're going 3 wide into the turn 4. Yarnot on the outside, Brown on the outside. Penley is now in first place at 4 wide going into turn 4. Something kind of driven he does in the 4-car. Paul Messick goes around. Wow, Grayson Penley goes from 4th to 1st. Yarnot got from 1st all the way back, got strung out as all the cars came in front of him.
Let's go, Grayson!
Got some Grayson Penley fans up here. Oh, nice, right on. All right, with some great moves there. We'll see how this one shakes out, but the 4-car of Messick went around. They were going 4 wide into turn 3. Doing absolute battle back there. So we'll see how this came around. Maybe the lap didn't get finished as everybody made their passes, which it appears to be as Yarnot and Brown come back up to the front of the field and they get the one to go. So great break for Walker. A tough break for Penley as he was taking full advantage of that. Walker, Yarnot, and Isaac Brown gets back up to second and first there. Penley back on the inside of Brown. And here comes Cap Curry on the inside of Keenan Brown. With top 4, Walker, Yarnot, Isaac Penley, and Liam Briel. Penley looks on the inside of Brown, looking for second place, coming sideways out of turn 2. Briel gets to the back of Grayson. Losing a little bit of momentum. Top 4 is starting to put a little bit of a stretch over Cap Curry, but see how it goes. Meanwhile, up front, the battle for first. It's Brown versus Yarnot. And here they come. And here comes Penley putting his bumper right in there. It's Brown on the inside of Yarnot. Briel on the inside of Penley. Everybody just switched positions. And here comes Cap Curry. Cap Curry now slides in the court. Penley looking for the crossover and nothing there. And look who's in the picture now. Brown. Any one of these cars is going to make top 4. Here comes Penley on the inside of Cap Curry. Runs over a turn and he makes it. And whoa! That was Cap Curry going for the crossover. Penley hits the wall. Penley leaves the top. He's all the way on the tail now. Meanwhile, up front, it's Yarnot and Brown. And here comes Cap Curry. Oh, the touch tires and he gets stuck. And they're still rolling. Yarnot is still rolling, but he hit the wall hard. Keenan Brown going sideways. Tires touch are wonky. Liam Briel, I believe they're in the top 2. I'm not sure where Paul Messick is at, but I think he's up there. There was tons of movement going on for that. In the 2-car is going to be coming into the pits here. It looks like the chain possibly, because the car is rolling pretty free up on its nose. Yep, I can see the chain off from here. So the laps don't start down until we get our lineup correct. What a battle in there. I feel bad for the ladies in the tower. That was an absolute carnival of carnage there as everything was just moving around. So we're still getting some of the cars into position here. We've got our wall crew coming out to save the wall back here in turn 3. The 2 car of Cap Curry, wheels backwards, facing the scales here. They may be done. It looks like Cap Curry's going to retire. Cap, he was making some excellent moves, making his way up to the front there. Tough break, getting stuck with some tires into the wall. It's the one to go for Yarnot, Isaac Brown, Liam Brill, and the 4 car of Paul Messick. Keenan Brown and Grayson Henley. That's your remaining cars out of 9. We've got 6 remaining. Green flag flies. Lots of contact there. We're playing toe meter. There's Isaac Brown and Walker Yarnot. Liam Brill takes the man, I don't even know what to say. It's crazy here. We've got a yellow, and it's going to be checker flag flies here. I thought the yellow was going to come out, but I believe it was a yellow checker. As the cars are taking the checker, if a car gets a caution, it's going to be a yellow checker. And I'm sorry, I was watching 9 of Keenan Brown. I didn't see the finish there. I'm sure it's going to be Yarnot, Brown, Messick, and Brillo. I'm not sure exactly where Penta finished, and Keenan Brown, of course, was dead on the track over here. So I'm not 100% sure who got forward. Okay. Who it was. Yeah. All right, we're gonna go get some clarification from the tower here to figure out. Corbin, I don't think you could fit through there, bro. Yeah, I was watching Keenan Brown, watching the flagger to see if the yellow was going to come or the checkers was going to come, and I didn't see who crossed the. All right, giving it 1-3-8-6. It's Walker Yarnot, Isaac Brown, Liam Brill, and Grayson Penley are your top 4. I didn't catch who so that's going to mean Paul is the X car. Paul Messick needs an X. So 1-3-8-6. So Yarnot, Isaac Brown gets an 8. Liam Brill gets a 9. Grayson Penley, you get a 0. And the 4 car of Messick gets an X. All right. We're going to have the red rookies coming out here in a few minutes. Let me get my new sheet here with all the names on it. And we'll get started in just a second.
want to throw it. Yeah. All right. How do you run out of the sides?
Bring it up and make it right there.
We need to out more. We need to do one. Make it quick.
Are the rookies doing reduced laps? No, are they doing regular?
So,
Right there next to the skid.
took me a minute to get my list here. Starting on the pole is Tyson King. Outside rope one is Mick East. And Logan Phillips starting in third here. I don't know if I missed my green flag. I think I did. Green flag racing underway here. Some cool little red rookie cars. The 3 car, Logan Phelps, all over the back of the 1 car of Tyson King, excuse me. All right, back on the post. Here we go. Oh, the 3 car of Phelps to the inside of King, taking over the lead for your red rookie, A-Main. We're going to take home one of those sweet trophies, which I still have yet to see. Now we got Mick East looking on the inside of King, looking for second place. I got a feeling he's going to be looking for more. East has the bumper of the 3 car of Phelps square in his sights. He's driving really smooth around the track too. And he's got the bumper now, looking to the inside. Here comes East on the inside of Phelps. Oh, it hits a turtle and he goes around. Ah, tough break for East. He's going to have to start on the tail of the field there. Going for the pass for first, caught the turtle. All right. Mick East getting his machine rolling again here. If I've got any drivers wandering around at the end of this race, go over to the scales and give these red rookies a big high five. I think I've seen some of these drivers at other Dixies. I know I've seen East. Is this, it is? This is Tyson King and Logan Phelps' first Dixie Shootout races? Wow, big handful. The 1 car and the 3 car for their first Dixie Shootouts. So Mick East here with the experience. Phil gets the green flag. Logan Phelps takes the green. Tyson King right on his bumper. Mick East trying to shake off that last spin out. Trying to make up some yardage here. Nope, wrong sport. Trying to make up some track position. All right. Phelps looking good. East all over the backside. Thank you. Just got a new paper. You know, mount right numbers. All right, Phelps putting the stretch out. East gets by Tyson King here. So it's Phelps, East, and King. And that order, Phelps looking great. Stretching it out over East here. Phil gets the 2 to go. White flag's going to fly this time by. I don't know if there's enough time left in this race for East to catch up. Maybe 3 or 4 more laps, probably. But it looks like your red rookie A-Main winner is going to be Logan Phelps. Logan Phelps going from 3rd to 1st. Mick East staying in 2nd. And Tyson King rounding out your top 3. Big round of applause for Logan Phelps. And if this was their first Dixie Shootout, big congratulations winning your first Dixie. All right. Let's see if they finished rookie training. Rookie training at my track. You gotta be able to pass the flag off to your driver. Let's see if they can do it. Oh, they made it. Big round of applause. Logan Phelps, your red rookie. A-main winner of Dixie Shootout round 3. Toting around the checker flag, having fun while doing it. Drives off the track. Good job. Phelps team. Dad's taking the checker flag with him. He's like, I'm not giving this one up.
God. Club races separately
This is an update for all the crosses. So we have raised $82 for more supplies. So thank you everyone for all this help, support, and everything.
Yeah, good job supporting the young men over here and ladies selling these little cross necklaces. I got one myself. I'm not going to take it off for a long time. Nice. Okay. Up next is your junior Honda A-main. All right, we've still got the banner up for bid. It's a pretty cool fundraiser that the track is doing. Raise some funds down here. I see some lights down here laying on the ground. They're going to need some money to help put that stuff up. If we want to be able to come back and continue to support these folks, we got to support them in their fundraising. So they got their banner over here that you can take home with you. Make sure you put some bids on it. Right now the bids are kind of low. All right. All right. Okay.
Nobody can compete with your kind of money.
I don't know what we're waiting for. Maybe the tower is finalizing some things from the Red Rookie race. We're about ready to kick this one off on this Memorial Weekend down here. And where are we anyway? Are we in Titusville? What is it?
Palm Bay.
Palm Bay? All right, Palm Bay. Sounds more fancy. Titusville sounds like ringing in the ears. Yeah, what you got, man? Oh, we're going to drive. All right, we're going to do some driver intros here. Okay.
Starting first, Easton Gardner. Starting second, Rue Reeves. Starting third, Landon Cox. Starting fourth, Molly Wheeler. Starting fifth, Elliot Troiano. Starting seventh, starting sixth,
Keenan Brown. Starting seventh, Reagan England. Braden starting eighth, Braden Eichler. Starting ninth, Maris Kennedy. Starting in 10th, Roman Yurnot.
starting 11th, aka the X car. So, house!
All right. So for those of you who may not know what the X car is, it is the prestigious position where you get to get strapped into your car, prepared to race, and hope that someone else has a bad day. They don't get to go out unless if another car in the top 10 come in. So, Axel, I hope you get to go out, but I'm not saying that I want anyone else to crash for you to be able to do that. All right. So, If I had the Jeopardy question song, I'd be playing it now because I don't know what we're waiting on.
Oh, I'm happy on it. If there's a race, if racing,
And by the time I got my phone out and YouTube did, they'd already be on the track. And like I said, here they come.
in a really bad spot.
There's Molly Wheeler. Pretty sweet looking right there. Easton Gardner rolling out there. Brandon Eichler, Keenan Brown, and then Cox.
Honestly, I'm scared.
So the whole new color scheme, if you've been following Landon Cox, you're used to red and, red and black. He's got some yellow and blue rocking now. One of my favorite cars out there. When you're on that slow back to the Wrangler jeans, Dale Earnhardt car. I think that was the color scheme they used. The Darlington National race last season decided to keep it. Pretty unique and fun throwback car there. All right. Keep an eye on the one car of Easton Gardner, home away from home for him too. Had some great heat races. Older brother Gavin Gardner also having some great races. Little brother Easton starting on the pole. Gavin's going to be starting on the pole here in a couple of races in the heavy Honda. All right. As we get our junior Hondas lined up, the X car of Axel House is sitting there waiting, hoping that someone else has a bad day. If any of these cars get tangled up coming to the green and have to come into the pits, Axel House and the X car will get pushed off. And he'll get to stay if they complete a green lap with him on the track. All right, Billy gets the one to go. Easton Gardner, Woo-Woo's older brother Max used to race with us quite a bit, dominating every class he drove in. And it's Gardner and Woo's taking the green flag. Oh, and the 3 car of Landon Cox goes around. Remember, handlers, if you've got a 1, 2, 3, or 4 in your car, please work your corner. And also, it wouldn't hurt if you had a couple extra people in the corners on the far side of the track. All right, we'll get them relined up here. That was try number 1 for this junior Honda A main double file. And the 3 car of Landon Cox gets pointed back the right way on the track. He's going to get lined back up there in the 3rd. And we're going to try it again. They'll get it when they get there. Gloves on. All right, Bill's going to get the one to go here again.
There he goes.
All right. We're going to try again. Easton Gardner, Woo-Woos, Landon Cox, Molly Wheeler, your top 4. And the green flag flies from the junior Honda A main. Landon goes deep on the inside, trying to make a move. Nothing there, though. Molly Wheeler capitalizes. She said, I'm not getting strung out on the outside here. She tucks back down in. Now she's in 3rd. It's Gardner, Reeves, and Wheeler, your top 3. Keenan Brown, who had some rough luck in another race, sitting in 6th here. I think that was the 160 race he was having a hard time in. Now sitting in 4th, looking to see if he can get back up on the podium. It's Gardner and Reeves stretching it out over the rest of the field. Molly Wheeler there waiting for one of the 2 up front to make a mistake so she can catch up to him. And Keenan Brown sitting there in 4th. There's a big gap between your top 4 and the rest of the pack. 5 car of Elliot Troiano. You should go follow him on Facebook. Little E Racing does some great post-race recaps. Really fun to watch. Can't wait to watch him as he progresses through his career. Meanwhile, Reeves all over the back of Easton Gardner. He's got a bumper full of him right now, looking to take over first place. He ducks to the inside. He's going to go. He's going to look. He's going to still look, and nothing there. He loses a little bit of ground on Gardner. Gardner's able to stretch him out 2 or 3 spots. Meanwhile, we got some battles in the back here between Reagan England, Landon Cox, Braden Eichler, and the zero car of Yarnot. Oh, and Eichler and Yarnot get stuck together there on the back stretch right in front of the start-finish line. They're all looking to make moves. Got some wheels touched together. And when these open wheel race cars start touching their wheels together, a lot of times they get stuck, and it looks like, all right, good deal. Looks like the 8 car right there stuck too bad to the zero of Yarnot. Sometimes those wheels get stuck together in between the Nerf bars. And man, they are a pain to get apart, but not that time. We got their cars rolling back here. Tough break for Gardner and Reeves. They had a big lead over the rest of the field. And that's just what Wheeler and Brown were looking for. Now they're caught all back up. Field's getting the one to go. Easton Gardner, Will Lewis, Bob Willie, the top 3. Keenan Brown, 1 spot off the podium. And we got Elliott Troiano, Landon Cox, Reagan England, Maris Kennedy, Roman Yarnot, Braden Eichler. Green flag flies. Here comes Brown to the inside of Wheeler. Willis, I thought was going to set up for the crossover, but it didn't happen. Meanwhile, we've got some cars tangled on the back here, and Troiano is dead on the track. And Dad's doing the Frogger quarter midget edition as he's running out to the track to get Little League rolling again. Looks like we're going to get a pit cart for Elliott Troiano. Looking at the front wheels, it looks like they're pointed together, so we probably got a broken radius rod on that front there. So they're going to push the 5 car of Elliott Troiano into the pits, try to get him sorted out. Going to have a few laps here to get that fixed. All right, I was watching the action. I didn't let an update know that Axel House in the X car was not able to come out. They were able to get their race started. So the X car of Axel House did not get to come out. So his day is going to end in 11th position. And a lot of work being done on the 5 machine of Troiano. This is a pretty unique racing facility here. Kind of goes downhill a little bit in turn 2, back uphill in turn 3. Nice wide track here, pretty flat. Definitely one of the more unique tracks that we've been to. A lot of our national races are very similar to this. So if you haven't been to a national race and you do pretty good here, you might want to think about doing a national race. They're pretty fun. All right, looks like we got, I can't see from here, but I think we're 1 lap to go. Yeah, 1 lap to go in the pits. The 5 car of Troiano is rolling into a full power back out on the track. Good job for that number 5 team getting him set back up there. If you're not familiar with how these cars work, there's little rods on the front and rear of the car that control the steering and a bunch of setup stuff. Sometimes those break and bend. Green flag flies for Gardner. Reeves looks to the inside. Here comes Brown to the inside of Wheeler again. Reeves is going to get on the inside of Gardner. Gardner's going to set up the crossover. Keenan Brown sitting right there on the inside. Reeves makes a big move to the inside, but Gardner shuts the door on him. There's nothing there. Here comes Brown on the inside of Reeves. He's looking for second. Wheeler's going to look right there with him, and nothing there. Oh, and the 3-car, Landon goes around. Landon Cox facing the wrong way on the back stretch of the track here. Good little race going on up front with Keenan Brown, Molly Wheeler, Will Reeves. They're all battling for position. Will gets past and he sets right back up for the crossover. Meanwhile, Easton just gets to pull away as those next 3 race each other. All right. Landon Cox in the 3-car rolling once again. He's going to tag the back of the field here. I'm not exactly sure what the call was. I was watching Will and Keenan Brown as they were going up to turn 3, and then Landon had some contact back here or something, and he got spun around back while I wasn't looking. So Phil gets the 1 to go. Looks like he may have spun, hit the turtle or something like that, but Easton Gardner gets the green flag. Will Reeves right on his bumper. Keenan Brown sitting in third. Molly Wheeler looking to get back on the podium now. She's sitting in 5th, and Maris Kennedy, or she's sitting in 4th, excuse me. Maris Kennedy now sitting in 5th. Easton Gardner and Will Reeves going to battle. Reeves back to the inside, taking a look. He's going to get it. Easton Gardner sets up for the crossover. And he's going to drive just a little wider coming into turn 3, maybe keep that pass to stick, and it looks like it worked because he's still sitting in 1st. It's Gardner, Reeves, and Brown. And we've got Cox once again faced the wrong way on the back side of the track here. My unofficial sponsor and spotter over here says he looks like he hit a turtle on that one, spun himself around. All right, we're going to try it again here. I can't see the lap counter from where my position is. Field's going to get the 1 to go this time by. All right, Easton Gardner, Will Reeves, Keenan Brown getting your 1 to go. That's your top 3. Molly Wheeler, Braden Eichler now in the picture. He's looking to work his way up through there to get a foot on the podium. Green flag flies for Gardner. Reeves all over the back of Gardner. Keenan Brown looking for Reeves and Gardner to start racing each other so he can capitalize. Brown deep on the inside. Now we're looking 2 to 3 wide. All kinds of movement. Here comes Eichler now sitting in 5th. Brown on the inside of Reeves. Eichler's trying to get right on the bumper with Brown, so he's going to take over 3rd. Braden Eichler now in 3rd, last foot on the podium. And Reeves takes that spot back. Eichler back down in 4th, looking for the crossover. And he's now going back to 3rd. Here comes Molly Wheeler. Oh, she hit a turtle. And it launched her into the side of Reeves. And Wheeler clipped a turtle there, and as they were exiting the corner, made some contact with the 2-car Reeves. Everybody doing absolute battle here in this junior Honda A main. But the man on the move, Braden Eichler, going from 8th, now sitting in 3rd. Keenan Brown from 6th to 2nd. Meanwhile, Easton Gardner doing everything he can to keep these hungry wolves off of his tail. Molly Wheeler says, you know what, boys? There's room for me in here too. She's tucking her nose in there any chance she can get. Green flag's going to fly for Easton Gardner, Keenan Brown, and Braden Eichler. Molly Wheeler looking on the inside, all over the back bumper of the 8-car of Eichler. Keenan Brown on the, oh! A little contact there with Turtles. And Easton Gardner spins around. I think the 8-car of Eichler making some moves with Keenan Brown sticking to his tail. He clipped the turtle, launched him into the side of the 1-car of Gardner. Very similar to what just happened with Reeves. All right. see how they call this one. From the looks of it, they're going to call that on the 1 car of Gardner. As the 8 car of Eichler is still sitting in second place there, so it's Brown, Eichler, and Wheeler, your top 3 as it looks now. Field's getting the 1 to go, so that's it. All right. So it's downtown Keenan Brown getting a 1 spot here. And there's no flag. We're going to try it again. Try that one again. Looks like there's a big gap there in the middle of the field. We try to keep them lined up here. The driver's racing hard. Bumping and banging. Oh, rub it. Is that what we call it? He didn't beat you, he didn't bang you, he rubbed you. And Rubin's racing. All right. Looks like we're going to try it again here. Field's going to get the 1 to go this time by. All right. I thought they were going to get the 1 to go. I'm not sure if that was it or not. Well, looks like there's some discussion on the radio, maybe. All right. Looks like we got to get some lineups sorted out here. Field gets the 1 to go now. That's Keenan Brown. And Braden Eichler, no strangers to each other as they're both from the home track, North Carolina. Green flag flies for Brown. Braden Eichler, Molly Wheeler, your top 3. Reagan England now sitting in 4th, and Roman Yarnott sitting in 5th. Here comes England on the inside. Not much there, but here comes Little Lee trying to make his way back up into the podium positions. It's Brown, Eichler, and Wheeler, your top 3. Reagan England, Roman Yarnott. Oh, Little Lee into the wall over here. Gonna bring out another yellow. If we can get some help with the wall over here, that'd be great. If we can get some help with the wall. Not a big move, just a little one. Thank you guys for coming out to help. There we go. All right. This wall move crew is very proficient and professional. One of the finest I've ever seen in quarter midget racing. All right, so Toronto is going to tag the back of the field here. Him and Gardner. They're going to be looking to make their way back up through this field to this Junior Honda A main. But you got Keenan Brown sitting on the 1 spot here. Braden Eichler right behind him. Molly Wheeler says, "Move over, boys. The girl is coming down." Reagan England right on the bottom. Braden Eichler looks to the inside of Brown, but nothing's there. Here comes England on the inside of Wheeler. He's going to get by, and Yarnott's going to try to go with the 7 car of England. And that puts Wheeler back in the 5th. Yarnott's in 4th. He's looking for more. He's over the back bumper of England. He's going to try to get by. Meanwhile, Keenan Brown stretching it out over the 8 car of Braden Eichler. The 0 car of Yarnot goes way low to try to make a move. Looked like the 7 car of England ran over a turtle down there and got out of whack a little bit. Yarnot having some trouble with his car. Here comes Will Reed back in the mix. Meanwhile, Wheeler, Gardner, and Reeves are passing Yarnot there in the 0. White flag flies for Keenan Brown, Braden Eichler, and Reagan England. Here comes the checker. Keenan Brown, who's your junior Honda? Here, main winner. Braden Eichler, Reagan England, your top 3. Molly Wheeler making a valiant effort there, putting their nose in several occasions. Almost had a foot on the podium. Great job, Keenan Brown, coming back from a rough 160 race in that B main. Great job, Keenan Brown. He's no doubt excited. Moved up from... Nope, he did not move up from Junior Honda, as this is the Junior Honda A main. Thought it was a Senior Honda for a minute.